Miami Dolphins were bad. Like, really bad. But despite getting rid of a franchise left tackle, one of the league's best safeties, their starting quarterback, and their starting running back, the Dolphins might actually be good? How the fuck did that happen? The main reason for the Dolphins' change, and mastermind behind the entire operation, is Brian Flores. Flores has appeared a genius over the last 12 months, but he wasn't always perceived that way. B-Flow was a big culture change in the locker room, bringing in the quote-unquote Patriot way to Miami, along with offensive coordinator Chad O'Shea. His first few months on the job led to scrutiny, as Flores wanted to completely retool the roster. First and most obviously was the quarterback position. The Dolphins moved on from longtime starter Ryan Tannehill and replaced him with 36-year-old veteran journeyman Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Josh Rosen, who after just one season, Arizona was willing to trade away for a washing machine and a bus pass. That acquisition of Rosen proved to be the precedent for Miami's strategy last season. That strategy being rebuild and acquire as many picks as possible. During the 2019 year, Miami was dubbed the worst team ever. They traded away key assets, added multiple first-round picks, and adopted the Tank for Tua moniker. During the year, after an 0-7 start, Miami found themselves playing damn good football, finishing 5-4, including wins over 2 playoff teams in their last 9 games. The Dolphins were led down the stretch due to an emergence from Devontae Parker at the wide receiver position and surprise play from quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. But the strong finish from Miami may not have helped the franchise, as they dropped from the projected first overall pick all the way back to 5th. But it did work out for the better, as Tua's draft stock slipped due to injury. So by season's end, Miami had an overachieving roster, 3 first-round picks, a surprisingly remarkable head coach, and a golden opportunity to select exactly who they wanted all season long. Miami decided to double down on success as they went all out in the offseason. With the most cap space in football, the Dolphins made a big splash. They signed Byron Jones to go alongside Xavier Howard in the secondary, giving Miami the 2 highest paid cornerbacks in football to try to lock down opposing offenses' passing games. The Dolphins continued to add help on the defensive side, adding 3 key pass rushers, Kyle Van Noy, Shaq Lawson, and Emmanuel Ogbah. And they also got a little bit of help on the offensive side of the ball as well, adding a running back in Jordan Howard and some offensive line help with Eric Flowers. But despite the free agency moves, the draft was clearly where Miami was going to do their damage. With the 5th overall pick, general manager Chris Grier took who the fanbase wanted for a year in Tua Tagovailoa to be their franchise quarterback of the future. Then in the middle of the first round, with the 18th pick, they added a left tackle to try to protect Tua with Austin Jackson out of USC. And then they added another secondary piece to help solidify an already established secondary, as Miami took a cornerback with their final pick in the first round. No, I will not try to pronounce his last name. Sorry, Noah. Overall, Miami had 11 draft picks to add to their young core to try to continue to improve. The timing is perfect for Miami as well, as the dynasty looks to have fallen in New England with the departure of Tom Brady, leaving the AFC East wide open. Even with all of the pieces that the Dolphins added, they don't seem to have many household names. But that didn't seem to matter the second half of last season, so maybe Brian Flores can rally his band of misfits to wins in 2020. However, ultimately, Miami is still a year or 2 away. Tua probably won't start next season, and Miami still has pieces needed to acquire in order to be a contender. But the hard rock is starting to roll in Miami, and if the momentum continues, the Dolphins can be dangerous.